My name is Reginald Watts. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I had a pretty much leave it to beaver type of upbringing. So I have no excuses for what I'm about to tell you now. During my last semester as a junior at Texas Southern University, I got hooked on crack cocaine. It wasn't crack at the time, it was freebasing. And I got hooked on drugs. Trying to hide that from family brought on other problems. You tell so many lies and you borrow money from so many people and never pay them back. You run out of friends, your circle gets smaller and smaller. And that's what happened to me. And so I started stealing against the family rules. My first conviction on robbery, they dropped it to an assault charge and gave me credit for time served. I left that year already thinking about how I was going to change. Watch this, not into a righteous person, but how I was going to stop using and start selling drugs. Well, that lasted maybe a week, and I was back to using drugs again and back to robbing. So my next conviction was 2 counts of armed robbery and 1 count of attempted armed robbery. And so they took me to trial. Get this, they gave me 25 years, vacated the 25 years and gave me life on the Habitual Offender Act, which is legal. And so with the 25 years vacated, they gave me life, L-I-F-E, not 99 to life, not 100 to life, not 50 to life, L-I-F-E. No probation, no parole, no suspension of sentence. So in essence, I was to die in Louisiana State Penitentiary. Every cell had a shelf with a Bible on it, except for the guys that threw their Bibles out. I didn't throw it out, but I didn't read it. I love to read. That was the only book they left, purposely. I started reading. It opened up to Romans chapter 7, verses 14 through 25. Though you desire to do what's right, this is what got me. How to perform that which is right, you know not how. So I read it again. So now I understand the epiphany. So I do want to do what's right. I always wanted to please my parents. I always wanted to do what was right. And I keep getting back to drugs and stealing and all the stuff that come with it, robbing. And that's when I broke down. And I told God he was right. And I was wrong. And I needed his help. We were in the main prison chapel. It holds over 700 people. They said Kenneth Copeland was coming. Well, I'm up moderating that night for the service. And I looked, and it was Kenneth Copeland coming in our chapel in Louisiana State Penitentiary. And Kenneth Copeland, and he preached that night. I came out of prison after almost 25 years with the sheriff holding one door, the warden of the facility holding the other door, Mike Barber, and his wife standing in front of the door with one of my spiritual mentors named Tapper Sermon. It was amazing. I'm telling you the power of God, not just to get me out of prison, but to already have my purpose lined up the way that he knew I would accept it. And just to show you the full circle, here I am now at Kenneth Copeland's Southwest Convention. We are directly in debt to Kenneth Copeland Ministry. And Mike Barber always said this. He said, my name is on those study papers we giving y'all. He said, but it's Kenneth Copeland Ministry that allows me to come here. Those that are in the ministry with Kenneth Copeland Ministry, those of you that donate, those of you that give of your time and your finances, it's being used greatly. And so don't ever think that you're not part of it because your name is not there or we don't call your name. If you gave 50 cents to KC Ministry, you have done something big, because it takes money to do the ministry, especially when you go in prison, because we can't give anything back. Prisoners are always receiving. So we're thankful for KC and his ministries and those that have partnered with KC. We thank God for you. Not only as pastors, but as chaplains as well.